UFC 242 Khabib vs. Poirier took place Saturday, September 7th in Abu Dhabi. This is the UFC's return to Abu Dhabi for the first time in over 5 years. Tonight they will be unifying the lightweight crown. UFC lightweight champ and number 2 ranked pound-for-pound fighters in the world, Khabib Nurmagomedov, faces off against the interim champ Dustin the Diamond Poirier to finally unify the belts. Khabib, now 30 years old, comes into this fight 27-0, fighting out of Dagestan, Russia, and looks to remain undefeated and cement himself as one of the all-time best by snapping the impressive win streak of Poirier. Khabib brings a nasty, relentless style of pressure with his incredible chain wrestling and steady, improved striking. Khabib likes to grind you against the cage and work for takedowns with sneaky trips, upper body clinches, and nobody has been able to solve the riddle of Khabib's attacks. This is a man who has only lost a few rounds in the cage. Khabib's last fight was at UFC 229 almost a year ago, where he submitted Conor McGregor. But he will be facing off against one of the hottest fighters in the UFC in Dustin Poirier. Poirier is continually growing as a fighter and on a 4-fight win streak. His last wins have come over UFC featherweight champion Max Holloway, Eddie Alvarez, former lightweight champion Anthony Pettis, to name a few. Poirier is a very well-rounded mixed martial artist and has continually improved in his last 4 outings. Poirier brings excellent striking with a lot of power, great endurance, and a slick ground game, which he will need against the Ivan Drago of the division. Round 1, and here's how it went down. Touch of the gloves with great sportsmanship with these two fighters. The fight started nice and easy with the feeling out process with a couple of strikes, but Khabib shoots a single leg early and puts Poirier to the mat. Poirier did manage to get back to his feet, but Khabib kept constant pressure on him, with Khabib in mount position raining down punishment to end the round. Early in the second round, Poirier lands a few headshots that hurt Khabib, and Poirier finally seemed to have found some success, but Khabib remained relaxed like the champion he is, kept his composure, shoots a takedown, putting Poirier down to the mat. Poirier was trying to scramble and move, but Khabib showed off his high-level grappling, making Poirier continue to carry his weight and is fighting a very intelligent fight. In round 3, Khabib shoots for a takedown, and Poirier sunk in a very tight guillotine choke that gave Khabib some problems. But Khabib showed off his high-level jiu-jitsu game to escape, and a very tired Poirier looked to have used the rest of his energy he had left, and with 2 minutes and 6 seconds, Khabib secures a rear naked choke to finish the fight. Guys, what can you say about Khabib? He is the ultimate riddle that nobody has even come close to solving. Khabib is constantly evolving with his unique style and always manages to use the cage so very well, along with his unique trips, upper body clinches, along with his signature grinding pressure that causes so many problems for opponents and is very special to watch. Here's some quick stats on Khabib. He is the UFC lightweight champion and number 2 ranked pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He has 8 wins by KO, 10 by submission. He has 11 first-round finishes. He has finished 14 of his last 20 wins. He's the first ever Russian-born UFC champion. He's 12-0 in the UFC, second longest active win streak. He now holds wins over Conor McGregor, Al Iaquinta, Edson Barboza, Rafael dos Anjos, and Dustin Poirier, to name a few. Guys, what's next for Khabib? There's been some talks of GSP versus Khabib for quite some time, but I'm not sure if this is the fight that the UFC wants after GSP beat Bisping and vacated the title. Dana did say in the post-fight press conference that Tony Ferguson is the next in line if he accepts the fight. And if Ferguson couldn't make that fight, Conor would make the most sense. But I think we can all agree that the only fight that makes sense is Tony Ferguson. Ferguson is now 25-3 and currently riding a 12-fight win streak, which is the longest winning streak in UFC lightweight history. During his winning streak, Ferguson has defeated the likes of Donald Cerrone, Anthony Pettis, Kevin Lee, Rafael dos Anjos, Edson Barboza, and more. Tony was the interim champ and never lost his belt, so to take away any shadow of a doubt and for Khabib to remain, in my opinion, the best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet, we need to see these two face off. Khabib is one of the most special fighters on the planet for many reasons, and in the octagon after the fight, Khabib was wearing a Dustin Poirier shirt and said he will be selling the shirts and all proceeds would go back to Dustin Poirier. Guys, I'm not sure what's next for Khabib, but I can't wait to see who his next opponent is and watch him go to battle again in the octagon. Don't forget to show us some love and hit that like button. This is Jake Hatton with MMA Weekly's The Lowdown Breakdown. See you next time.